Hey guys, today we're going to talk about, is a $1,500 a month budget in the Philippines enough to live here? Well, I wanted to throw this out there. We spoke a little bit about this in one of my other videos, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in upcoming videos also. Is this: the $1,500 a month budget is okay. If you're living in a smaller apartment, a cheaper apartment, it's pretty decent. Provided you're getting COLA raises in your pensions or what have you, $1,500 can be really, really good, and it can be a budget that you can live fairly well over here in the Philippines. Now, I notice a lot of people south of me, they live on the $1,500 budgets. I'm not sure why, but a majority of the people south of here live on $1,500 a month budgets, whereas I notice that people up in this section, they tend to live on more. Their budgets are a little bit higher. But all the guys that I talk to south of here, a lot of the vloggers and stuff like that, they're in that $1,500 range. Some of them a little bit lower, some of them a little bit higher, but they hover around that $1,500. It's kind of interesting to hear that. Now here's the thing. Now I always talk about the sweet spot budget. The sweet spot budget is a great place to be because of the fact that, like I said, it gives you everything you need, and it even gives you savings. And if you don't get COLA raises, it can sustain itself for quite a long time, okay? But if you have COLA raises into that, it's going to last you pretty much permanently, and until you die. Because most of us are older anyway. We're not going to live that long when we come here, maybe 20, 25 years, because most of us come over here when we're retired. So that, the average lifespan for us over here is, I think it's like 72 or something like that. So somewhere in the 70s, okay? It's not a long time over here. I'm not quite sure why it's not the same as back in the States, but it's the way it is. It's like 72. And it's the average lifespan I've seen over here. I've seen people drop in their 60s, and 72 is probably the highest I've seen them that live. Now, we do have people here that are 73 and 75, so, and they're fresh expats over here, and they're healthy. Now, will they live long over here? They probably will. They're living pretty good. They're on a decent budget, and that's the key. And they'll probably get decent health care. Now, that's the key to living over here, is having decent health care. Now, when you're on the $1,500 budget, you can still get good health care. You might not get excellent health care, but at least you'll have decent health care, okay? Now, as you get older, it's going to start costing you more, and it might start crunching out your budget to where most of your budget is going to be the health care. Maybe as much as a third, of that might go out into your health care. And you might not even have the best health care. You might have halfway decent health care, and you might have to dip into your emergency fund at that point to pay off some of your health care expenses. Now, that's when it starts getting concerning. That's why the sweet spot budget is a little bit better. But can the $1,500 budget sustain you? In most cases, yes. Because most people, as they age, if they take care of themselves, the $1,500 budget's going to be fine. If you have to go in and get a prostate operation, you have to go in and get something done on your heart, it's going to cost you more. If you have to get something to do with cancer, it's going to cost you more. You want to make sure you're covered. If I have kidney stones and I need an operation, it's that'll probably get covered underneath your thing. But when you get into the heart and cancer things, some of these lower insurance policies might not cover you for all that stuff. You got to start worrying then that, wow, what am I going to do? What's going to happen now? Where do I go from here? Do I go back to the States? That's one reason why you want to still keep your Medicare. You want to have something to go back to in the States that'll take care of you and take care of your big health concerns, because you might have to go back home. Stay friendly with people back home so you can still go home if you have to, God forbid. Try to have somebody back home. I know many expats, they come over here because they don't have somebody back home. That's why a community comes into place. But you still need to have that emergency fund to take care of you, and have somebody that you can trust or what have you. That's, if something happens, you can tell them, hey Joe, or hey Bill, hey, can you do this for me? Listen, this is what I need you to do. Do this here for me. Go get my cards in my house or whatever, and you pay for it with a credit card or what have you. You do what you need to do at that point to survive, to get done what you need to get done. That's why I tell people, plan for the worst. Because a lot of guys come over here, they say, well, I'm never going to get sick. I'm 74 years old, or I'm 70 years old, and I'm as strong as an ox and stuff like that. Well, when you come over here, you know what? A lot of people start falling apart quicker. And I don't know whether it's the change, the jump from the United States to the Philippines. In some cases it is. Because I noticed when I got over here, I got sicker more for the first year. And then I started getting healthy and I started feeling better. I still get sick. The past 2 days, I've been sick. I had a massive headache over here for some reason. You know, and you just need to really take care of yourself over here. You need to look out after yourself. But the $1,500 budget, that's kind of tight when it comes on stuff like that. That's where the sweet spot is a little bit better. I want to kind of compare the two because, you know, a lot of people that are over here, as soon as they get a major illness or sickness over here, remember, you need good health care. Now, a lot of guys comment in some of the comments about, you know, it's third world health care over here. You're not going to get any good health care over here. That's not totally true. Would I say that's true on some islands? Yes, you get third world health care on some of the islands. Luzon, does it have third world health care? Yes, some places do. Some of the hospitals are third world health care. Some of the places are top notch. Which hospitals are good and which ones are bad? Well, you have to kind of look around and see which one fits you, fits your bill. Talk to doctors, see if you like them. There are good health specialists out there that went to Harvard Medical over here in the Philippines. They went back to the States, come back over here so they can help their people. They paid good money for that college education and they charge a little bit more than other doctors. So make sure your health care package, your insurance is going to cover all that. You know, when you go to see a really top-notch specialist, you want to make sure that your insurance is going to cover a decent specialist. So if you're going to get some hospital plans will only let you go to certain hospitals. Pacific Cross has specific hospitals that they work with, but actually most of those hospitals are pretty decent. Okay, they work with many hospitals here, and they're very friendly with those hospitals, and they pay them direct in some cases with some of their plans. That's what you want over here, okay? That's why you want to have a good plan. And that $1,500 plan, $1,500 budget might not actually be able to cover some of those good insurances if you're in the 70s or in the 80s or upper 60s. You might not get the health care you need. That's why the upper budgets are the ones that I always push. $1,500, very doable. $1,000 and less, no way. We talk about this all the time because it's about safety. I want to see you guys safe. I really sincerely want to see people safe over here. I hate seeing people come over here on the lower budgets and they start suffering the second they get over here because they're on the lower budgets. I've seen them fail before, and it can happen to you if you're not careful. You know, on the lower $1,000 or below budgets, I don't recommend it at all to anybody. But I want to cover this a little bit about the $1,500. Is $1,500 safe? I think it can be, okay? But you just need to be careful. You need to save more. You need to cut back more to take care of that healthcare section of your budget. That's the key. That healthcare part is the most important because that's about you. You know, you and me need that. We need to keep ourselves healthy and have good insurance. That's the key. God bless, guys. Take care. I hope that helped today.